Hey traders, let's get to the update for Wednesday, April 13th. This is a late update. I apologize. I had a dinner I could not get out of, but for those who are on my newsletter, if you're watching this at YouTube, you can sign up right on my homepage at zentrader.ca. If you're watching this on my website, you can, and you haven't signed up, it's on the right. There's some free trading resources, and I spit out some stock ideas every once in a while. The most important thing is getting the timing update in a more timely fashion. I'll send it out to people that day or shortly after the market close, as quickly as I get it. But basically, I try to get it out to you guys who are on my newsletter, so you can act on it today in the after hours if you want. Today, as I said, we had a trend change. I think I've got some charts here that are going to paint a picture. One thing I am noticing is that we are not in a very trending market. We're in a giant channel, and if you notice, I saw something interesting, is each of these sell and buy signals seem to come in this area. So that's why it's so important to when you get a buy signal and the market starts to move in your favor, don't get greedy. Take some profits off the table. Set a stop. Take half off. Set a stop at your entry price, so you're at least making some money. Because if you don't, you're just going to end up getting whipsawed. So as I said here today, I like what we see with the RSI on the 60-minute chart here. I think we're going to struggle to get above this. We may move up a little bit more, but the market action today is very telling. We gapped up, couldn't hold it, and then we rallied towards the end. But it's nothing. The volume on the Nasdaq was pathetic. The counter channels, you can see here, we're starting to fall below them. There's a lot of indecision. Yeah, I mean, we could find some support here at this middle Keltner channel, but there's so many other things. Like, for example, my main bullish scan that I use to select the individual momentum stocks that I buy, I haven't added a new stock on that since last Thursday. So it's just, it's not returning any selections. It's basically, it's not. There's stocks that are hitting new highs. They have a number of other indicators that I look for. RSI very strong, ADX very strong. I'm just not getting these kind of charts, and that's a sign of internal weakness going on. When you're not getting these bullish these bullish charts in the market, and especially the kind of activity that we've had. Here you have the Nasdaq summation went negative today. That's a very bearish sign. I suspected that we were going to run into some problems right around this 60 level. I was, when I was long before the trend changed, I was hoping that that it wouldn't find resistance, but deep down I kind of thought that it would. The VIX is back down into this blue area, where oftentimes it experiences a pretty decent bounce. The last time kind of stalled out before we got to this 35 level. Not to say that this 35 level is anything special, but over the past couple years, that seemed to be an area where we springboard off of this blue level, really kind of have a big sell-off, and then the volatility disappears. So I'm looking for that to happen again. We've been really hanging out in this really low, this blue area where I've deemed kind of like support for the VIX, and volatility has been non-existent in the markets lately. Even yesterday when the markets were down, I think the VIX fell. I'm running out of time here, guys, so I try to keep these bite-sized and quick, so you guys can just listen to them in 5 minutes to be done. I think we're going to look back and we're going to see that this lower high was fairly significant. You can see the RSI has been declining. Same thing here on the FTSE. Just wanted to point out how this RSI's action has been having a lower lows and lower highs, and same thing. I think this is going to be a failure to reach this top.